Hey everyone, welcome to JMC Jam Season 3, Episode 2. Now we're launching into it properly. Switching the art up again on the background, of course. And just having a chat to people who are making JMC kind of happen, right? So there's so many things that we're doing throughout the semester. Some of it belongs to the clubs, other things just are happening organically. And we've got a bunch of different events. Today we're going to focus on one of the clubs that are housed here in JMC. It's the Adobe Student Ambassador Club, which is a student org, and it's got a history of actually having started here in our school. It was part of the Spartan Ad Club at the very beginning, or rather the Spartan Ad Club was part of the Adobe Creative Clubs network. A few years ago, round about COVID time, or just before COVID I think it was, 2018, 2019. Out of the Creative Clubs network, Adobe decided to focus specifically on some of the work that was happening from these organizations, namely doing tutorials around campus, introducing the wider campus community to Adobe tools as part of the whole Creative Campus experience. And so the Adobe Student Ambassadors was formed. And we were one of the first clubs, and I think, and I'm sure that Shelby and Miriam will tell us, I think that we were one of the highest recruiting clubs recently, so got a pretty good history there. So it's now its own thing, separate from the Spartan Ad Club, and they do a bunch of different activities and events, and it's a really super cool way to get involved with the whole Creative Campus thing that we're a part of. So we have Shelby and we have Miriam, who are the co-presidents of the Adobe Ambassador Club.
Yes.
Adobe Student Ambassador Club this year. And you've been involved with it for a while anyway, haven't you, as members and members of the board and so on. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself. Shelby, tell me a bit about who you are, what your major is, and how you come to be doing this, and then we'll move on to you, Miriam, as well.
Sounds good. I'm Shelby, and I am one of the co-presidents of the Adobe Club here at SJSU. I'm studying digital media art. I'm a third year, and I started to become an ambassador on, I believe, my fall semester of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been a great experience going out.
Yeah, I'm Miriam. I'm a mass comm student, so I'm a graduate student here at JMC. And I started as an Adobe ambassador 1 year ago exactly. I heard about it from a previous grad student who told me that it's like a club, you can be creative, they teach you how to use the Adobe tools, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go for it. And then since last semester I was working as the video editor for the club, so bringing it to life on our social media accounts like TikTok and Instagram, and yeah, now I'm super excited to be co-president with Shelby for this semester. And we have so many events lined up and cool things in plan, so yeah.
And of course, Miriam, you're no stranger to JMC Jams because all of last year you were behind the camera.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm in front of the camera. I'm not sure what I like better. yeah, it's been great. Like, I could use the knowledge from what I learned, for example, from our the Adobe tools to work on the JMC Jams podcast. So that was really cool.
And so, have you guys learned anything new? I mean, you're doing digital media arts. Your profession was video editing and like TV generally, wasn't it? So have you guys actually learned new tools, new skills as being part of the Ambassador Club?
I would say most of the skills that I've picked up are soft skills. I come from I started using Adobe when I was in 6th grade. So Photoshop was my first platform, and I learned on a CD-ROM. So I've kind of been using Adobe for a long time, and I feel like I'm very loyal to them. But I think that I've picked up the most skill when it comes to interacting with other students, teaching them how to use the platforms and showing them how to use the tools in a way that benefits not only their own creativity, but also teaching them the tools so that they can create projects for their coursework as well.
Yeah, I really like that answer. Honestly, I think that's about the same for me. I mean, except for Adobe Express, I hadn't used that before I joined the club. I think that's like a great app for people like me who are maybe tried out Photoshop, but it was always a bit complicated. So Adobe Express is like a good beginner tool. But next to that, I found like a really cool like creative community here. So it opened the doors to just meeting more people on campus and connecting with people that have like the same ambitions and same ideas for like creating a community here. So.
Mm-hmm.
I like her response better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of show the two levels of experience in a way as well. You know, with Adobe, and you know, obviously Photoshop is always one of those intro ways into learning about Adobe as a group of like tools that help you, like, so you know, with your creative practice.
Yeah.
But of course, we've got Adobe Express now, which has really been attracting lots of folks who wouldn't traditionally be driven to use Adobe for any reason, you know, other than, well, for no reason whatsoever. But now they can, and now they can design cool slides and make lots of little websites, or even really enhance just their English essay, right? For instance. And so Express has been a great gateway, I think, for people who would not normally be considered creative to explore creativity and turn mundane tasks into something that's visually interesting and engaging. And you guys are teaching that to people across campus?
Yeah. So we realized that most students outside of like creative majors, creative meaning like art, design, advertising, that area of study, they wouldn't necessarily have any reason to use Photoshop or InDesign or any of those platforms. But when it comes to creating social media posts for clubs and presentations for classwork, these are really common things that you can find on Express, where it's not very difficult to learn. The learning curve there's nearly zero learning curve when it comes to Express when you compare it to something like InDesign or Photoshop. So we start evangelizing Express because that is a platform that is able to reach a wider audience at school rather than the pro platforms.
Totally. And how many people are we talking about? How many are in the club, and how many are you reaching?
That's a really good question, because when it comes to the club, we don't necessarily have a like everybody come here, we're going to meet, because we have 150 ambassadors on campus. Everybody has different schedules, and transparently that would be a lot of people to put in one room. And so we more so just plan events, and events are like tabling, and we have high profile events as well. Like today we had thousands of students rotating in the student union to learn more about Express and how it can positively impact their classwork. So most of the work that we do is through events like that, and trying to get more students aware of Express as well as other tools on campus.
Yeah, and I think a cool fact is that it's not like a club where you have to be a member to go to the events. If you're a student ambassador, like you have to be accepted by Adobe, but for our events, like anyone is welcome. You can come once or twice, or you can become like a member who goes to the tablings and to the events all the time, kind of. So yeah, we're open for everyone, and it's a great way. I remember last semester we, for example, hosted an event where you would take headshots, and then we would teach you like how to edit those headshots in Lightroom. And I mean, that's an event that everyone can go to, and it's good for all LinkedIn profiles, no matter if you're in design or if you're in studying something on the technical side. So
yeah, and so I mean, the useful skills that you're giving people, and they're like kind of micro focusing on, I guess, specific like experiences that you can have through using Express. And I mean, obviously with Express, what I've seen recently is the integration with Firefly, and that focus and emphasis on AI in different parts of the workflow. I mean, we're not going to be talking about like sort of AI in the workflow right now, because that would be a different series altogether. But have you found that students that you come into contact with are enjoying that aspect of creative exploration?
I think that a lot of people enjoy toying with it. I believe that a lot of AI image generation platforms, it's kind of behind a paywall. And because we have the entire Adobe suite for free, having access to Firefly and the integration of Firefly in Express has been a great experience for students to play around with. Students, they get around 1,000 credits every month to generate images on Adobe Firefly. And as far as I know, nobody has surpassed 1,000. But I think that a lot of people have enjoyed that new experience and kind of learning about how Adobe is generating all these images.
So other than, you know, getting to know these tools in greater depth and being able to kind of help other people through your knowledge, what do you get from being a member of the Adobe Student Ambassador Club?
I love the community that you get, like meeting people from all different majors. Just learning from each other. I've learned so much from like the officers, but also from the people I meet at the tablings. What is also really cool is you get access to Adobe events, so you might get in contact with people at Adobe, which is great if you want to do an internship there, for example, or if you want to tour an HQ of a huge company. Like, they don't really open their doors that much, so I think that's like community at school, but also community at Adobe, and getting that visibility is amazing.
I agree. I really enjoyed the community. I think that it's very easy to build a community out of the tools that you use every day, because a lot of the people that you meet are going to have shared experiences. They're going to maybe have the same opinions about the tools that you're using or particular features, and it's really nice to have a conversation with fellow designers, artists, and creative people that use the same tools, and you're just able to make a really great connection with people that way. But even outside of like speaking about tools, just meeting other people who are interested in expanding their own digital literacy as well. And that's one of our biggest initiatives recently is this campus-wide digital literacy, making sure that everybody is essentially learning more about how they can use tools to benefit their coursework and their creative pursuits.
Right. And you're on social?
Huh?
You're on your socials as well? You've got Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
And anything else?
We got TikTok that we need to revive.
Okay.
I started last semester. But definitely a platform we want to use as well. But yeah, Instagram is like our go-to channel where you can learn about our events, our team, like watch videos on how to use those tools that we get for free here. So yeah, our Instagram, sjsu_Adobe, follow us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the best place to reach us. So.
Yeah.
And Miriam spearheaded this whole tutorial kind of page for students to learn more about how to use Express and other tools. And she started that last semester. And so every so often, a couple times a month, she'd post on Instagram.
Tutorials.
And then TikTok.
Yeah, now we have 2 amazing new video editors that will continue this. So it's a great way to learn about Express and
that's fantastic.
All things you can learn with that.
That's great to hear. And let's just wrap up I just want to ask you, what's your favorite Adobe tool?
My favorite tool, I am afraid it's very basic, but Photoshop.
You like Photoshop?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been using it for so long, and I feel like I am the most knowledgeable in it, which definitely sways my opinion a little bit.
Okay. And Miriam?
I'm a big fan of Premiere Pro. Like working as a video journalist and working in video now, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm an Illustrator guy. And I wouldn't have said that 5 years ago.
Right. What would you have said 5 years ago?
I would have said Photoshop or maybe Lightroom. Possibly Lightroom.
Lightroom's second favorite
Yeah.
for me.
Because of the whole photography aspect.
Yeah.
Of it. But I've really, I really got turned on by Illustrator, and there's always something new to learn. What can I say, you know? And so just keep exploring, because Adobe has got so many depths to it, and these are the tools that help you to be creative and to explore your creativity as well. So we're super lucky to be an Adobe Creative Campus, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well, let's just call that a wrap. I think we had Juan just came out and started waving. Miriam was the one who waved frantically last year every time at the end of the show. So now we got Juan doing that, although doesn't wave as much.
He's not as enthusiastic as
He
I am.
isn't.
We
He
need to
isn't.
work on that.
Okay, so I don't know who we've got next week, and genuinely I don't. We'll kind of like sort of cross that bridge as we're getting nearer to Wednesday. But in the meantime, I wish you guys the best of luck with your recruitment this year, and here's to doing creative stuff. So thank you everyone for watching this episode or listening to this episode of JMC Jams, Adobe Student Ambassador Club. Until next time, thank you.